I don't give a bleep. I don't care, because what the Crawford camp did was reprehensible. The lawyer sent a letter to us. Okay, that's fine. That's what lawyers do. I'm not going to take this bleep. I'm just not going to do it. Because the truth is, I've lost money with this guy. Oh, man, I have fun. What's going on, man? Renee Bucks Young. I thank everybody, man. Thank you guys so much for, subscribing, for liking, for sharing. I want to get to this, man. This new update concerning the whole Arum and Crawford saga, man. Like I said, I'm not going to focus on, and I really don't anyway, you know what I'm saying? Focus on Crawford and Spence and stuff like that, potential quote-unquote fight, right? I see it as a fantasy fight now, but I mean, but I do want to see the outcome of what's going on between Bob Arum and Crawford and Top Rank. Okay, so let's get to this, man. BoxingScene.com article, etc., link in the description, right? It says here, Top Rank Chairman Bob Arum has taken heat for the comments he recently made about losing money on welterweight world titleist Terence Crawford fights, and how Crawford, in his view, needs to do a better job bringing attention to himself, promoting himself, in other words, right? But Arum said he doesn't care about the criticism and stands by his comments, all right? So he's standing on his own square, man. So he says, I don't give a bleep, right? That's his favorite word, man. That's all he says when he talks about Crawford. Arum told BoxingScene.com, right? It says, I don't care because what? Yeah, okay, I just read it, right? So the lawyer sent a letter to them, okay, and that's what lawyers do. So, but you don't release it to the press. Well, the thing here is you got to understand, man. Like I've said it before. I've said it before. As far as when I would talk about like Ryan Garcia and stuff like that. I mean, everything's gonna be. A lot of things are released to the press nowadays. I mean, we all know, and it was even released to the public, if I'm not mistaken. As far as 17-page, some odd page or whatever. Lawsuit that Canelo and his legal team had against DAZN and Golden Boy, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it went out to the press, it went out to the media, social media, blah blah blah. So I mean, Bob Arum, he's an old guy, I mean, I guess he's not too in the know or something like that when it comes to social media and stuff like that, and how rampant information runs. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you don't release it to the press, yeah, but I mean, you don't expect that it's not going to be released to the press. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, all of this should have been behind closed doors, like what men do. And I've said that time and time again. Also, I'm a firm believer in that. Especially like, for example, Terence Crawford the other day. What did he say on whatever media? Right, he was interviewed. He was driving or something like that, and he said, if you don't think I make money for him, something paraphrasing, okay, then release me. He should just release me. You know what I'm saying? So he should say that to Bob in his face. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Make a phone call. You guys are buddy, whatever, for years. That's why Bud is stuck to him so long. I mean, as far as business is concerned, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, why don't just, that's what, and I've said this time and time again about other fighters with situations like this that have happened. I've said it about Ryan Garcia specifically, just go, rather than just whining, complaining, or rather than just, expressing your personal business on social media, go to the guy, you know what I'm saying, and work out your differences and do business like men do, you know what I'm saying, like gentlemen in the professional realm, or professional men and women do it like that, and I do agree with that. But I don't know, I don't understand, and I think personally that Bud should have done that. You know what I'm saying? That go to Bob and work it out, man, and get out of that get released out of there, out of Top Rank. So he can just say, I'm not going to take this bleep, right? I'm just not going to do it. Wow, because the truth is, I've lost money with this guy. So he's standing firm on the square. Now, let's continue to see what he says, because it's a trip, man. I mean, like, this is getting worse and worse and worse, okay? Now, Arum said he is upset because he believes that Brian, etc., right? I'm sorry, pronunciation. Crawford's manager and trainer leaked details of Crawford's contract, okay? And this is where we got the word about the contract being until, Bud's present contract with Top Rank being until October 2021. That's how the word got around, because it says there, including that his agreement with Top Rank expires in 2021. You see that, October 2021, and that Arum had promised to pay Crawford $1 million if he didn't make an offer in 2020. Look at this, to unified to Errol Spence, to unified welterweight titleist. The truth, number one right now in welterweight division, no debate. Errol Spence Jr. I'm talking about the welterweight division, okay? Forget all that, other division stuff. I mean, concerning Bud, I get it. I respect it. I'm talking about here. This is true. He's a unified welterweight, and he's number one right now in the welterweight division, in my humble opinion. So, So I mean, he Arum promised to pay Crawford $1 million if he didn't make an offer. I mean, wow, to fight Crawford. You see, I mean, I don't know, man. So, anyways, in advance to Crawford's fourth round knockout, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, so now we have here a quote from Arum that continues to say here, It will be another hit on my net worth. Arum said, I'm being serious. I turned the whole project of Crawford over to Todd. So he turned it over. He said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want no Bud. I don't want to hear about Bud. Get him out of my face. And he continued to say that I washed my hands of it. Wow, I'm too emotional about it. Didn't he say recently, this business is not about getting mad? I made a video about that recently, man. Now he's emotional. Oh my gosh, this is a trip. We're human beings, I understand it, you know what I'm saying? You know, Bob Arum has to care, you know, he has to take care of himself and his emotions. This is an old guy. I worry something will happen to him, you know what I'm saying? Health-wise. You know, getting mad at that age, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get too emotional at that age. And I mean, we recently saw it, right? We recently saw it with the Maloney versus Franco fight, if I'm not mistaken, right? What happened with that controversial headbutt, whatever? They took like a half hour, and Bob Arum was sitting there yelling at the judges or whoever he was yelling at, going kind of crazy there. Bob Arum has to take care of his health, man, but whatever. He says there was this last... it says here, there was, Bob Arum continues to say, there was this last kerfuffle, what the heck that means, with the Brook fight when he didn't, look at this, guys, when he didn't sign the contracts, so we couldn't promote, according to Arum, on the Lomachenko-Lopez telecast. So they couldn't promote the Bud versus Brook fight on that telecast, because of this, okay? Anyways, I have long since departed working with Crawford. So, there's a feud going on with these guys. I mean, there's a feud going on with these two dudes, and wow, it continues to say here, we kept telling them sign the bleeping contract because what they were up to was to start promoting it, not have a signed contract and start a renegotiation. I have fun doing that, but... You know, man, this just goes on and on. You can check it out, man. I mean, wow. He's 88, the 88-year-old there. I thought he was older or whatever. I want to say. Okay, so anyways, man, so there's just some feud going on. Bud better make a decision. He got to get the heck in. I've been saying this for a while, man. I've been saying this for a while. So, you know, a lot of platforms, other platforms have been saying this, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I said it time and time again, Bud. He shot himself in the foot, man. I mean, re-signing and extending his contract to Bob Arum. It sounds like I'm a repeated record, but I mean, it's the truth. It all boils down to that. And I don't understand why Bud Crawford's team didn't see this writing on the wall before he re-signed and extended or whatever, right, his contract with Bob. He didn't see the writing on the wall before he did that. They should have. His team should have seen it. He would have gotten out of there. He would have escaped this. All this hassle, all this fuss and bickering back and forth, and now, you know, Bud Crawford, it's all leading up to Bud Crawford being emotional and getting frustrated and going on Twitter, going against his fans, you know what I'm saying, back in 2019, the end of 2019, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying, him going, and then his sister going off, and then his friend on IG going off, and I mean, it's like, all this could have been avoided. That's what I'm trying to say here. You know, now Bud going against the fans and saying, oh, y'all, you can't, you know, every negative comment, you know, they can't even fight, and, you know, it makes him look bad. Look at all these memes that are coming out about Bud. I mean, I know memes are coming out about everybody, you know, about the legend, the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, of him crying. I mean, I get it. It's funny, but, you know, these memes, man, it's like on Bud, dude. It's like, and it's funny because it's kind of true, you know what I'm saying? I like Bud, though. Don't think, guys, please, that I'm a Bud hater. No, of course not. I mean, those who know my platform know Bud is an amazing fighter. That's my perspective. He's amazing. But it's just sad to see him in the situation. He got to get the heck out of Top Rank, man. He got to get the heck out of Bob Arum. Bob Arum's like, I don't want to see this guy anymore, kind of. In other words, he's saying, I don't want to see this dude. I wash my hands. You know, I'm going to have this guy, Todd Dubouf, whatever, right? Pronunciation. My stepson, go take care of this guy, Bud. I'm sick of this dude. I mean, wow, man. And you know, there's another thing here I gotta say real quick. I was thinking and pondering the other day about this whole situation. I think that one of the reasons that Bud also, not just because of Bob, but also Bud, is not fighting like the top guys. He doesn't want to lose his belt. I think he doesn't want to lose that belt, that WBO belt in welterweight division that he has. That's just my personal introspect on this. I think he doesn't want to lose the belt. He doesn't want to risk it, and he just want to go to the top guy, Errol Spence, and that's it. I mean, he doesn't want to fight the other competition that's out there, mandatory Porter. Hopefully that comes out. Like I said, by the time I post this video out, we'll probably hear breaking news: Bud versus Porter for January, or who knows, right? But that's great. But that's just what happens with breaking news and all this stuff. But anyways, but I personally think that it seems like Bud, he just wants to protect that belt. He doesn't want to get that. He doesn't want to lose that O. That's what I think. I just, unfortunately, we're in a generation where fighters don't want to lose the O, man. It's sad, but it's true. There are a few, though. There are a few fighters that really go in there. They want to fight the top competition. They don't care. They want to go and just prove legacy, prove who's the best. And I think Errol Spence is one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? Amongst a few other fighters out there, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I think Shakur Stevenson is one of those guys, too. I mean, there are several out there. I think Devin Haney is one of them. There's several. El Gallo Estrada. Oh, I love him. Chocolatito. A lot of people forget those lower divisions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have a list of who I think who really are about that. And they don't care if they lose if they lose. You know what I'm saying? If they lose a belt, they want to go out there and prove who's the best. I don't know if Terence Crawford is about that. As far as that, I'm not saying that he's ducking. No, I'm not saying he's ducking. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm just saying that I just don't think he wants to lose the O. I don't think he wants to lose the O, or he doesn't want to risk it, that belt that he has. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We'll see what happens, right? I wish the best for Bud. I hope he gets the heck out of Bob. Oh, my gosh, dude. It's just... Rene Boxing, man, I thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing, man. Go ahead and share this, man. This platform is open for, the love of boxing. That's what it's about, man. I don't take sides. I'm just, love boxing, talk about it, express my opinion about it. And I thank you guys so much, man. Hey, if you guys didn't check out, the recent episode that I did a live on Fresh Prince reunion. You got to check that out, man. Love it. We had Kurt on there. We had a little problem with the internet after a while, but after a good segment, a good time in the signal cut off or something like that. And but Kurt was there with me, and good stuff, man. You got to go check it out. Thanks so much, man. Stay safe out there, man. And we'll see what happens with this whole saga, right? Rene Boxing, thanks so much, man. Stay safe. Peace, fam.